it's Lopi and me. Lopi can't find his camera to work today, so I'm just here. So you have to see my ugly mug instead of Lopi's ugly mug.
Yes,
Oh,
giving you guys a break. It's my birthday present to you.
yeah, it's his birthday present. His birthday's coming up soon. So
Yes,
how are you doing, Lopi?
I'm good, Marie. How you been?
I've been okay. Just
Yeah.
hectic here. I want to be able to sit down for like a full day and upload all the videos to YouTube. Um, just so you guys know, I locked myself out of usual YouTube, so I made a new YouTube channel, and then I um closed the Lopian Re Facebook page because eventually what I want to do is make a big blog of everything I I'll make it. I was thinking I would make it behind the walker or from the corner of Marie Wolf CP world or something and just put everything I do on one page. I don't know. What do you think, Lopi?
I mean that sounds good. Have all the content you're involved in one spot.
Yeah, I just have to think of a name for it.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about today?
Well, January 20th is my birthday, and it also happens to be a day that is celebrated for the disabled. That's called Inter uh, International Day of Acceptance for the Disabled.
And let's talk about what that is, because not a lot of people know about it, and I really don't know about it either.
Right. Well, apparently, um, about 10 to 12 years ago, a young woman who had a disability wanted came up with a great idea and a great T-shirt concept. It's basically a T-shirt of the handicap parking symbol, but the back wheel has a heart as a wheel, and underneath it says International Day of Acceptance.
Oh, cool.
The website's called 3E Love, and they have all kinds of great merch you can buy with the logo on it. I have a pretty cool T-shirt that I usually wear every year on my birthday. It's a gray T-shirt with the blue logo, and it says January 20th International Day of Acceptance.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and basically her idea was she wanted she wanted to create a day where people with disabilities or people who are different celebrated their differences.
Oh,
Because
that's awesome.
all year we're shunned kind of because of our differences. So
Yes, yes, that's
that
awesome.
that's basically behind the thought behind the movement. And she passed away a few years ago. And
Yeah, did
and
you
so
know her? Did you talk
no,
to
no,
her?
no. I stumbled on the website by accident, like
Oh,
about 5 or 6 years ago, and I bought one of the T-shirts, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So like ever since then, I've been celebrating it on my live streams and
Oh, that's awesome.
as when I cause I also celebrate my birthday on there every year. So
See, we all know you're special, and now we know why. Because you're born on the International Day of Acceptance.
that's right. As as like I have crowned myself the unofficial spokesman for the holiday now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So I should I should dive more into it and see if I could write a blog about it, because I
Yes.
also blog sometimes too, and
Yeah.
as soon as I figure out what I want to do, there will be a blog involved in it too.
Sounds like a good idea. And like I said, you guys check out the website 3E Love. They have some cool stuff on there. Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe when I post this video, which I will tonight, because obviously it's coming up, so I wanted to be the first one people see. I'll tag in website for it. Can I? I could tag in websites on YouTube, right?
I yeah. Like I know you could put a link to the website in the
Yeah,
video.
I'll
Yeah.
link.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
a link.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. You know,
So
just like you can put hashtags for, like you can put hashtag day of acceptance. You know, and
I'm getting better at the hashtags.
yes,
I've never been good at hashtags
but
before.
that's important because that's what triggers the computer to pick up the videos when you post them. You know,
Okay,
so people can find them.
okay.
Yes.
So, but so I think we should make International Day of Acceptance more, talk about it more during the year, and maybe get people to notice it more.
Right. You know, be because like I said, when you have a disability, you a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times you kind of feel left out or kind of like
Yes.
kind of like an afterthought, you know, kind
Yeah.
of, you know.
It's almost like July, because July is disability
You
pride month.
pride, yes,
And no one talks about that, and it's really important to talk about that too. Cause
right,
I just, you
right,
know,
because like in June you hear you see all these public service announcements and all these businesses are supporting regular Pride Month, and that's great, you know. And I know it took years and years and years for that to happen, but I'm hoping sometime in my lifetime that July will be celebrated by all these corporations, and you'll see public service announcements about disability pride as well.
I mean, what really takes is to get people to notice is I know, because like every now and then I'll study political stuff, and I know, like, if there's a large population of lobbyists lobbying for something that's important to them, like disabilities and stuff, that's when you really get it known more on like social media platforms like
Yes.
like gay pride month, like pride month, people like there must be a lot more lobbyists than there is for disabilities,
Right.
stuff like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Eh, yeah. No.
also
Like the I can see what you're saying. Like there has to be somebody in the public light, whether it's in Washington or somebody famous who has to bring light to these things
yeah,
before they talk about. That's just the way society is.
yes,
Like
and
the average Joe and the average Jane, like you and I, we can try to um get these things going, but it's not really gonna get going until somebody bigger up takes up the cause for us.
I know there's a lot of people in Hollywood that has just a lot of disabilities in Hollywood, and I
Yes.
know oh God, what is the guy's name from Breaking Bad? RJ Minkus has a big organization, um runs a big organization now in Hollywood for people with disabilities.
Right.
And I know they're trying to get more people with disabilities to be in Hollywood and to play the roles that should be played should be played by people with disabilities and not just people that not
Are
just
acting like they're disabled. Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, every year, I always hope that we see progress in these areas. You know.
I do too, and it just it says people say it just takes one person to make a difference. Okay, maybe it takes one person to make a difference in a small community,
Right.
but it takes more than one person to change the world about that community. And in the scheme of things, like I said before, the disability community, even though it's probably not as big as some other communities, people just have to remember all the people and all those other communities come together in the disability community, because disability does not discriminate from any race, any gender,
Right.
anything like that. You could have a disability and be in another community. And for me personally, that has always been very hard for me to understand, because as a woman, it's like women as me to fight for this right or fight for that right. And even though I'm a woman and I should fight for women's rights or whatnot, it's like, what is technically more important to me? Is it the woman right or the disability rights? And I feel like for me, it's the disability rights that are more important than the women's rights. I'm not saying I'm not for women's rights. I'm just saying I think I have more benefits to. I have more of a beneficial thing to um push disability rights than I do women's rights.
I,
But
uh, that was one of the things that drew me to this January 20th Day of Acceptance things. It was because yes, it started because she had a disability, but she wanted everyone to be accepted in the world.
okay,
You know,
yeah,
and whether you're male, gay, straight,
and
pink,
that's how I
pink,
feel.
blue, green,
Yeah, and that's how I feel.
yeah,
I feel like, and it sounds weird. It sounds very weird to say, but I feel like we all start off as a human canvas, where we all start off with the same thing, the red blood. You know, if you cut everyone, if you prick everyone's finger, whether what gender, what race,
right,
what nationality, if you pricked everyone's finger, it doesn't matter what color your skin is, it doesn't matter what ability you have. All the fingers, when you prick them, are gonna bleed red.
what actually you're gonna bleed blue and it comes out red, and it's kind of ironic because when you have cerebral palsy, a lot of us turn blue. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
But um so I excuse me, I cannot understand where this woman is coming from because I like her idea and the premise of the International Day of Acceptance because we all have to be accepted sometimes.
right.
We're not just, it's, I was thinking of calling my website a, um, I was thinking of calling my website Behind the Walker just in, just for the fact that when people see me, the first thing they notice is a walker.
Right.
But what happens when you take the walker away from me? What happens when you take away
Oh,
the
well,
disability?
yeah. Well, one thing that happens is you go on the ground, but other than that,
Yeah,
yeah,
they said that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But and it's the same with you. It's like, what's behind the wheelchair? If
yeah,
you took the wheelchair away, other than falling,
right.
what is behind that wheelchair? Even though people say Mike is the most obnoxious person and a man whore at times,
You
Mike
say the
is.
sweetest things to me. I love you.
I know I love you too, but Mike is probably one of the most wonderful people that have changed my life for the better because he he took me from someone who didn't want to see my disability, and now, and after knowing him and after him mentoring me, I see disability is just a word. It's the ability. If you take the off of disability, see your ability. You could see your ability.
Yes.
So.
Well, trust me, like so most of the time my disability doesn't bother me or whatever, but sometimes it frustrates the hell out of me, especially around. I'll be honest, around this time every year, growing up in the Northeast, and my disability is always made celebrating my birthday a little difficult.
Hmm.
You know,
Because it's hard to go out. I mean,
right?
because of the cold weather and
And the snow and
with me it's been the same thing. All I've wanted to do the last couple of days, the last couple of weeks is sleep because that's when I get the most relief is
right.
when I'm sleeping.
And that's the other thing too. Like, yeah, like I want to celebrate my birthday and have fun, woohoo, dance around. But at the same time, almost every year, this time of year is when I'm in the most pain. So it's like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I've always gone out and done things on my birthday and had a great time. I did, but I've always been kind of like faking it too, because inside my pain level has always been very, very high.
yep.
You know.
And I don't know when you see pain level,
Yeah.
how much like like with me, okay, like my tolerance for everyone's tolerance for pain is different.
Right.
And my tolerance for pain is so off the charts that one time I had an appendicitis and I just thought for me for being a woman, I just thought I was having it was getting close to that time of the month, so
Right.
I thought I was having more of a harder month than usual.
Yes.
And no, it turned out 4 days later they rushed me to the hospital because I had an appendicitis. So when I do have pain, people make sure I'm at the doctor's right away because I don't complain about pain. Now, if I got a paper cut, it would be crying like a little baby.
Right.
But when I break something in my body, it's like, I don't know, it could be just the type of day I'm having or, whatever, but I just don't feel pain
Right.
like that. What about you? What about, like, what can you tolerate and what can you not tolerate? I guess I'm saying.
Um. It's the sudden tightness, or like when I go to move and like there's the instant pain. Like
Yeah,
that's what gets me. Like,
yeah.
the really quick sharp pain.
But like if you were to break a femur bone or something, would you say, okay, I have to go to the hospital because I think I broke a bone, or would you just say, it's just the pain that I'm having today?
All right. Well, the best way I can explain it is, basically the last couple of years I've been stuck in the bed a lot.
Yes,
Because my tightness kept getting worse and worse and worse.
yes,
And the reason why it kept getting worse and worse and worse was, like, I would complain to the doctor when I saw the doctor, like every 3 months or every 6 months or whatever. But in the meantime, I wouldn't say anything, because I'm sure you went through this, or other people with cerebral palsy might be able to relate to this. Like I always thought, oh, I'll just rest a while. I'll stretch a
Yeah,
little bit, and things might get better. Because when I was younger, that's what would happen. Like
yeah,
I would tighten up a little bit, and then I would just rest for a while, and I would stretch a little bit more. Things would get better.
yeah.
Like, but as I've gotten older here, I realize no, I'm tightening up. I'm tightening up, and I'm staying tightened up, and my pain is increasing, and I need to speak up more and say more, and
Exactly.
yeah,
That's how I feel too. Like a couple of weeks ago, I had called the doctor, and I went into the doctor, going, "Doc, I
yeah,
need to go to physical therapy because I'm so tight. There's only so much as a person with CP can work out themselves or have their PCA do because obviously we get so tight that you know we need a physical therapist to untighten us, let's say.
right,
And he's like, no, just take an extra medicine. I'm like, no, Doug, if I take an extra medicine, I'm gonna sleep and it's not gonna work for me. So I made him give me a script for physical therapy,
right,
and it worked. It's working. So like once a year or twice a year, I call the doctor and I say, "Look, doc, I need to go into the garage and have a tune-up, just like your
yeah,
car
right,
does." So when I say that, he automatically knows, okay, I don't have to see you. I'll just write your script and send it over to the therapy side of the office.
right.
And the therapist would be like, "Oh, you're in for your regular tune-up. It's that time of year." So it's usually I'll spend like 6 to 8 weeks in therapy just to like have them stretch me and re-walk me again. Like right now I'm in therapy and they're putting the gate belt on me and walking me like a couple feet without the walker, and I really enjoy it because it gets my muscles working better.
That's cool. That's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how my pain has affected me the last couple of years. It's basically so. Yeah.
So, do you have a therapist come in
I
and out every so often, or go
yeah,
to?
I was doing inpatient therapy, and I will continue it after my next Botox injection,
Yeah.
which will be the end of February. So yeah,
Oh, cool,
yeah,
cool. So,
yep.
well, this kind of got off topic a little
Just
where
a
we
little bit, just a little bit. Yeah.
talked about a little bit of everything, which I think is good. I don't know about you.
No, because like with cerebral palsy, we're constantly dealing with these things. So we're gonna be constantly talking about these things.
Yeah. And we will talk about the good things that, we experience in life that we should experience in life, but we experience it with cerebral palsy, and we have lives just like any able-bodied person. It just takes us more time.
Like I
Yeah.
said, it takes more planning. Just like my to bring it back to our original topic, my birthday always takes more planning because of my disability and where I live in the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. So
yeah.
if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and
Yes.
hopefully soon we'll have some other social media platforms for you to like and subscribe to. But for now, I think just one thing for me to handle is about enough for me to do.
Right.
So, thank you, Mike. And next time we come on here and talk, what are we going to talk about?
Um. Honestly, right now, I have no idea. So we'll talk about that in
Uh,
the future.
okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.